You're listening to the Paraismynormal podcast. We are a bit science, a bit woo, and all curious about that which defies explanation because sometimes it normal just isn't.
Welcome to the very first episode, the prologue of Paraismynormal. I'm your host, Jennifer Lynn Kravicki, and before we jump into investigating the unknown, analyzing tools, tech, and techniques, and exploring phenomena, I want to take a moment to share the story behind this podcast. This isn't just a show, it's really a tribute, maybe even a promise kept, and the continuation of a dream that started with someone very special. This podcast is dedicated to the memory of our mentor and dear friend, Chris Bailey, the founder of Grimstone Paranormal. Chris wasn't just an investigator. He was a teacher, a collaborator, and a relentless seeker of truth. He had a passion for the paranormal that was contagious, and he carried with him a deep respect for the field, the people in it, and the stories that so often go unheard. If you were lucky enough to investigate with Chris, you know how he made everyone feel like their perspective mattered. Whether you were a seasoned teammate or brand new to paranormal investigating, Chris had a way of making space for curiosity and dialogue. That spirit, that drive to learn together, is what this podcast is all about. Before Chris passed, we were talking about creating something pretty exciting together, a collaborative YouTube series where we'd invite other investigation teams to come together to share their techniques, tools, evidence, and theories. It wasn't about proving who was right. It was really about creating a community of people who could elevate the field through collaboration. We talked about everything from equipment reviews to investigative breakdowns to deep dives into different topics such as spiritual protection and, ethical communication. We didn't want to gatekeep. We wanted to grow. Unfortunately, Chris passed before he could bring that vision to life. But the idea has always stayed with me, and over time, it became clear to me that the first step in keeping that dream alive could actually be this podcast. So this show is rooted in curiosity, collaboration, and community. It's not about proving anything to skeptics or preaching to believers. It's about building a thoughtful, informed conversation around the paranormal, what we know, what we've learned, and what we still can't explain. Every episode will explore real techniques, historical context, and the tools investigators are using in the field today, as well as sort of pontificate where could they go in the future. We'll examine the science, the folklore, and the personal experiences that make this work so powerful and connective. Sometimes we'll spotlight other teams, sometimes we'll break down case studies, but always we'll keep that core value Chris lived by, learning together at the heart of it all. So my hope is that this podcast becomes a first step towards realizing that collaborative platform Chris and I had dreamed of. Maybe it leads back to this YouTube series one day. Maybe it becomes a way to connect with investigators from around the world. Maybe it sparks new friendships, new methods, or even new discoveries. But more than anything, I hope it serves as a living tribute to Chris and the energy he gave to this field. He believed that truth lives in the in-between, that it takes more than one person to see the whole picture, and that the work matters even when no one's watching. So if you're listening, whether you knew Chris or not, thank you. Thank you for being here, for being curious, and for being part of a community that's still growing, still learning, still searching. So here's to Chris, here's to Grimstone Paranormal, and here's to the weird, wonderful road ahead, because for some of us, the paranormal is our normal. Until next time, stay curious, stay respectful, and keep investigating.